Gods and Kings. In-game footage. That's a pretty short game, though. I mean, like, yeah, like, looking for everything, or just about everything, took 13 hours, which is correct. Is what someone had speculated or analyzed. But yeah, Doomslayer has a fucking cape now, which is sick as shit. Now he has a shield, too. I don't think he had a shield in the second game, but I think that's probably the first time they might have brought it. I have no idea. The game does look pretty sick, though. As usual. But yeah, well, I mean, we probably won't play this game the moment it comes out, because we have a lot of games that I need to play before I even play this game. And also still only played number 2. But yeah, like, I do want to play this stuff. You got a fucking mech as well. A Doom mech. Doomslayer mech. And a dragon. Damn, but you know, like, looking back, like, they're adding a lot of shit to number 3. I mean, I don't know how much they've added compared from, like, 1 to 2. But, like, seeing that the fact, like, there's new weapons and, like, there's other ways to kill demons and shit, it's pretty sweet. A giant mech and, like, a dragon? It's kind of cool, right? It's a huge step up. Alright. Well, I won't keep you guys up any longer. Pojo, fucking go to bed, dude. I'm gonna chill for a second. That one looks right up my alley. Yeah. No, yeah, same here. I mean, I think you should probably still play 1 and 2 before this new one comes out, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, that one looks more badass, obviously. Because, I mean, they're clearly trying to make more badass in the last game. But the fact that, like, they're like, hey, we're going to go ahead and give this guy a cape, a shield, and, like, chain and whip. What do you call that? A falling star? Nah, a big dude in armor fighting demons. I get it. Oh, that one, too. That too, you know, your little Gundam. A flail, that's right. That's, yeah. A flail. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really do. I guess like for me, like I'm at a point right now where like it feels kind of hard to like stream a single player game because how much I enjoyed playing multiplayer games with you guys. So that's why I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm for the next 3 months and a half or so, I'm totally cool just playing like Remnant 2 and Monster Hunter World because I really do want to beat Fatalis and Alatreon before Wilds comes out. So I mean, like, I'm down for like, you know, 1 or 2 days of Monster Hunter and then a couple of days of like, what do you call that? Remnant 2. Just juggle between games depending on how we feel. That would be cool with me. But yeah, we'll take a break tomorrow and then we'll get back and then we'll play Remnant 2 next Monday. Short stream, but I'm okay with that. I was gonna ask for any big announcement besides what happened last night, but it is what it is. But there was some like big video game announcements that happened a couple of days though. Hold on. I mean, it's not a big one, right? Hold on. And none of us want to talk about that. Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. Some announcements. Not big ones. Oh, Lovely Poison, we're talking about the election. We just don't want to talk about it. There was a collaboration. I mean, so understand that this is not the fighting game. This is strictly the online game, like the fucking Dungeon Fighters online. But SNK are collaborating with them, so I'm guessing there's like probably character skins or like new character. I don't know how this DNF works anymore. Kind of cool to see new footage about this shit. Crazy that they're actually promoting Kyo, Iori, and that girl. Forgot her name is. And Rugal, not Terry Bogard. It's not Smash. But yeah, DNF Online. No, DNF Online Smash is now collaborating with SNK. SNK is trying so hard. Like, I want them to win. They're trying so hard to be a big company again, dude. It's crazy. And I hope it. I mean, my thing is like I wonder what's happening between like SNK and Christopher Ronaldo. Like, that's huge. One of the biggest athletes is collaborating with SNK is absolutely huge. I wonder what that's going to be. So this is an announcement, and then they announced that Switch 1 game will work with the Switch 2 console. Gone. What are you talking about? The only Gone I know is from there's two Gones I know. The dinosaur from Tekken 3 and also Gone from Hunter x Hunter. Why did you mention that? I have no idea, dude. Moving forward. There's a dude with tall ass hair. Oh. I was specifically looking for like a kid with like fucking one that looks just like Gone. Whatever. Trying to think here. Well, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Literally during the election, Smash, like Nintendo was like, "Hey, by the way, Switch 1 games will work on Switch 2." So that's nice. That's really nice, right? Although, like, I'm looking for I mean, I'm sure they'll find a reason, but I'm looking for a reason to like, actually be excited for a Switch 2. Because every time I bought a Nintendo product or like a Nintendo console, there had to be a game that I wanted to play. We always knew that SNK was the most anime fighting character designs, but goddamn, do they all just fall right into actually being anime like that? Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah. But what was I trying to say here? I already lost track of what I was talking about. Oh well. Me and my ADHD. Oh, Nintendo knew we needed help. That's right. So like the only times I ever bought like what I realized is like every time I bought the DS or a Switch was when I want to play Smash. So unless they announce like a new Smash game, like I don't know if I'll buy a new one. I don't care about Mario. I could live without Zelda. I think I would. I feel like I would miss out on like Metroid games, but like literally, like Metroid Prime 4 is coming out before the Switch 2. Maybe it'll come out the same around the same time. I have no idea. Or maybe it's one of those things where they release Metroid Prime 4 before the Switch 2, and then Switch 2 comes out. It's like, hey, here's an upgraded version if you like it too. But I see no reason for me to buy a new like Switch unless like they announce Smash, and even then I might be a bit hesitant. If I could still play like Switch 2 games, my Switch 1, I don't think I would care as much. To be honest, it's kind of like a pro, but not a pro. I mean, this is clearly not a pro. This Switch 2 is gonna be like the next big thing for sure. But I also don't want to get a whole system if I'm not excited for even one game. Right. Like for me, like what always pushed me to get a new system was like, oh shit. Let me try to think here. I bought a PS4 because of Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5 I mean. A DS because of the Switch 4. Unless we go Wii U territory, it was kind of a gamble with them doing a new console. I always feel like this Nintendo, it's always like a hit miss, right? It's always like for sure hit, for sure miss. Like let's look at the track record from the four consoles, right? The three four consoles. People like the Wii, didn't like the Wii U, right? People like the Switch. What if Switch 2 won't be as good? What if it's a total flop? So like they need to really innovate it somehow. For whatever the fuck that means, right? I just feel like this next generation, like I might not even get a new console. I think what I'll do is probably just get probably just like new parts from a PC and like have someone else install it for me. And why I say that is because like literally like every Xbox game will pretty much be on PC anyways because of Game Pass. And then like a lot of the Sony games I could wait a whole year for. You know what I think about? Like it just sucks. I bought Ragnarok for PlayStation and I've never beaten it. I could have bought it for the PC for better quality. Right. The only difficulty is like optimizing it for streaming, but that's really all about it. Like goddamn, I would prefer to get a new PC over getting a new console if it was that easy for me. But I don't know. But I also do like having things physically owned too. But like if I have a good sale on Steam, then that doesn't matter as much. Yeah. I'll just have. I mean, on top of that, I feel like there is becoming a very like a smaller. Let's see, gap between all these releases. I mean, won't try all these console releases because like I think pretty much majority of all games right now are trying to release on all platforms, especially when like companies that were bought by Xbox were fucked over, and then companies that were exclusive to Sony only lost money, and then when they released on PC, they didn't make as much money as they would hope to. But like NES, SNES, 64 GC were all hits. It just really comes down to if there's going to be some sort of gimmick they try to force into a new system, or branding for it as confusing for most people as Wii U was. The whole owning physical media, digital media is an interesting conversation to have. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, I mean, at least California is doing the right thing. They're making it. They're telling games or companies to say that when you purchase a game, you're not owning the game. You just kind of own the license to even use it, but you don't actually truly own it, which is pretty good because like more transparency is this. Because like for example, a lot of people own a lot of digital movies through Funimation, but they all got screwed over when the merge happened, so they lost all their damn fucking movies. But yeah, I feel like people need to understand that the things they buy digitally could be like taken away like that. My thing with physical gaming, it could kind of be the same way, because like if you don't have it downloaded, if you don't use a disc to download onto your system, you might be kind of shit out of luck if like you don't have internet anymore, right? Like, because aren't you required to always be online somehow, one form or another? Sometimes when a game is running on disc, anyways. Old physical media makes sense. Current video gaming would just almost seems like sometimes inconsistent. I truly, because like at the end of the day, you still have to download the game into the console. Even if you had a disc game where it's the same conversation because you still need 20 gig download. Exactly. So I'm like, what's the whole point sometimes? Because like even if you delete it, you still got to re-download it and shit too, with the fucking disc. I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird. Were they trying to capture two markets at once, game and consoles? While we're having this conversation, let me have some background music. It's kind of hard for me to talk sometimes because like the mucus is like I'm chilling.
I bought every Nintendo 3DS and Wii U.
You never heard of this? Oh yeah, so after a while, if a company doesn't like feel like their console has more service, they'll completely stop allowing people to purchase your game.
On the eShop. That's 866 Wii U games and 1,547 3DS
Holy
games,
shit!
including DSiWare, Virtual Console games, and DLC, equating to 1.2 terabytes on the Nintendo Wii U and 267 gigabytes, or 2,136,689 blocks on the Nintendo 3DS. That's right, this thing measures in blocks. And this whole ordeal took 328 days, required 464 eShop cards, and cost $22,791.
$22,721. Honestly, I thought it would have been a lot more than that. But then again, there's probably a lot of cheap games. But like, I thought it was gonna cost more.
This is how we did it.
I guess you're gonna tell us.
Back in 2022, Nintendo made a lot of announcements. Yes, new games will always get me excited, but the announcement that hit me the hardest was that the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS eShops would be shutting down on March 27th, 2023. As somebody who loves playing and collecting games, this sort of thing is always scary. When a digital storefront shuts down or games get delisted, countless titles run that risk of being lost forever. That's when I got a stupid, crazy idea. What would it take to save all those Nintendo Wii U and 3DS games from being lost? Step one of many was to determine necessary costs and storage. Unfortunately, none of the comprehensive lists online that we found.
I don't need to watch the entire thing, but yeah. This shit's crazy.
A friend or an enemy, I don't care. Views are views, and if this sucker gets 1 million views in 3 months, I'll make a video showcasing some of these weird-ass games that I found. I am not above pandering like this. This whole experience has completely broken me. But 3 months ago, I was already in far too deep, and that's before we even fully touched on the Nintendo 3DS and...
This is so interesting.
Look, I have tried to be understanding,
yeah,
accommodating here, but the infrastructure and the user experience for the Nintendo 3DS is horrendous. The search feature is awful. There's no way to effectively filter out game trailers, let alone navigate forcing you to click through every single page once you've been forced to start downloading games. Tags are outdated or flat out incorrect, but the single greatest bane of my existence is how the Nintendo 3DS handles DLC on the eShop, in that it doesn't. You cannot search for the DLC separately on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. It simply will not appear. Now, there is a category for games that have DLC, but the DLC is not there. You can only access the possibility of purchasing DLC once you boot up the games themselves.
Visit Sparkle Snapshot if you want to download new decorations for your photos.
I do want to download these weird things.
So here is
I would not do that. I'll be so selective of the games I'll be purchasing on the 3DS. That's for sure. I would not buy every one of them and every DLC. I will only buy the things I actually think are valuable to me. I'm not getting no fucking like JoJo 3DS game and buying her like DLC.
Now we've got DLC.
That is insane, dude.
Including DLC for Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy, Curtain Call. That game is already expensive digitally. There are also 5 pages of songs to download, which is 50 songs. That's another $50 on top of downloadable characters.
All right, let's go shopping.
When you think of Mario, with this set, anything you photograph can become a part of the Mushroom Kingdom.
That's a Mario
so
game?
the cost of
I thought
this
it was a
triple
joke.
what it says in the eShop.
Are you sure about this?
Are you sure about this? But in the most confounding anti-capitalist twist yet, some games would hide their DLC options, and many of these are first-party Nintendo titles. I shit you not. New Super Mario Bros. 2. You need to beat the first world, which is a 1/9 of the game, before the DLC becomes even available for you to purchase. You must play the game before you can pay more money to buy more game. And New Super Mario Bros. 2's bizarre practice of distance DLC was not an outlier either. Fire Emblem Fates required me to play through 5 chapters before the DLC shop became available. Actually, it's 6 chapters, not 5. There's 2 more Fire Emblem games that have similar DLC requirements, and Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you have to beat the game before you can buy the DLC, and that takes an average of 24 hours! Ah! Ultimately, I do hope that I can play many of these games. And
Nope, I would not be that dedicated, but then again, I'm not a big YouTuber. Why would they do this to themselves? Because some people like to complete entire library. Video game conservationism, yeah. I mean, Lovely Poison, I don't think you understand how expensive these things can be. I mean, just like any collectibles in life, supply and demand. If you can't access it anymore, then the price goes up. Like, for example, when I went to AX with my friend in, 2019 in LA. AX is Anime Expo, like probably one of the biggest conventions in the entire world that's anime related. Even then, it's probably just the biggest convention in general, right? We walked through this very expensive merch table where they had like all like the old games and like vintage games and shit, and we found this Castlevania game. If you know the TV series, it's based off video games. There was a Japanese import version of it, and I think it was like $270 for a video game. But even then, that's probably not that bad compared to like other shit out there in the world. But like, yeah, I mean, I have my own Holy Grail shit that at one point I saw in front of me, and then over at Krypton Comics, they had the first appearance of Doctor Doom, like ever, like the first appearance of Doctor Doom. I almost bought that shit, but it cost $1,000, and like at that point, I definitely did not have the money for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, for me, like, video game collectibles is kind of weird. expensive is one thing, but realistically, those consoles and hard drives they used to do that are the only they used to do that are the only even remotely publicly accessible copies of a ton of these titles. Otherwise, they'd all just be lost media. Exactly. So like, some people just wants to keep the game even though the game aren't good. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Crazy how all that works, right? Ugh. Did you guys see about the Death Note Among Us game? That shit was out of nowhere. I haven't seen it myself, but let's quickly. Is there a short trailer for it? Announcement trailer. 7 days ago. Yeah, I saw it was announced. I did not see it myself. Fuck yeah! No, Among Us, Death Note game. There's a Kira Among Us. Oh, own game, not a crossover. Yeah, no. Yes, it's its own game. Okay, I thought you knew what I was saying.
これは明らかに私への挑戦。どうすればいい？計画通り。いいか、僕はキラ。そして新世界の神だ。お前は新世界の神に逆らおうとした罪で死ぬんだ。
I'm kind of curious though, you know what I mean?
キラを牽制しましょう。言わなければどんな手を使ってでも言わせます。キラでないのならそのうちわかることです。あ、キラめ。彼の死は無駄にできません。現場に向かってください。見てください。重要な情報です。
I can see this being popular.
一気に解決に結びつきます。
The thing with video games though is like, if you try to copy a game that's already big, you have a slim chance of like being better unless you're already an established company. It could be difficult. So like a lot of people will see this as an Among Us copy and they might not even try it. There might be a lot of like Death Note hardcore fans that'll try it out, but I don't see this going to be too popular though. I think the idea is pretty cool though, because like the way you kill people looks pretty fun. The 5th of November. Oh shit! This almost. It already came out yesterday. Damn. I had no idea. Is there a review for it? Someone say it's good or bad? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's too early for a review. Is anyone streaming it right now? Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are people who are playing it, but it's not a big amount of people playing it though. Like Among Us got like really like they got really lucky because I'm pretty sure the story with Among Us like it's been out for a while. A bunch of streamers started playing it, and everyone started playing it. But like I said, if you're a copy of another game, you might not be so lucky. So yeah. Anyways, I don't have anything else to talk about as of right now. But so yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be streaming next Monday. Pojo, we'll be playing some Remnant 2. Let me know if you do or do not want to play, because you'll be having a busy season. So yeah. Anyways, all right, everyone, I'm dipping out now. Thank you for being here tonight. We'll catch you guys again next Monday. Peace. Night.